Hi, this is Jeff with Radical Honesty, and today I'll be starting a new series on justice. You may be wondering why I'm talking about this, because like everyone believes in justice, don't you? But in America, California, the concept of justice is more complicated and could be very controversial because justice has many different categories in it and degrees of implementation within those categories. So today is a sort of introduction to it, and then in the upcoming mini talks, we'll be fleshing these things out. Let's talk about the categories. First, there is social justice. This is sort of easy to explain on a in general terms. It's basically equal access and equal opportunity. Now, it's easy to apply that in terms of ethnicity, race. Harder when you talk about intellect. Should you sort of like not have grades in school or not have tests to get into Lowell High School, which is the sort of the San Francisco high school for gifted kids? Do we knock that out because that itself shows that you are not allowing equal opportunity? The most controversial is equal access because of gender or gender identification, So we all want sort of equal access. Does a believer say, well, it's equal access to all things? Or is there some sort of like a place where you say, I agree with this, but then I don't agree with that? That's what makes it hard. May not be all or nothing. The second category of justice is penal justice. You do the crime, you got to pay the time, or you go to whatever punishment, restitution, okay? Everyone believes in this. The difficulty is the degree of this. Take, for instance, the rising crime rate in the Bay Area, okay? You notice that there's a lot of smash and grabs here in malls, in high-end stores. There's also that, you could steal $950 worth of items in a retail store, and it's not just a misdemeanor, So there's a lot of theft and stores are closing, okay? Is that an example of penal justice or the lack of penal justice? How do you define theft? Okay, everyone believes theft is wrong. It's where you put it that makes it difficulty. And do you believe that this recent spate of crime in the Bay Area, car break-ins, eventually does it all pan out and we become a better society? Or do you need to whoa, we went too far and, we let people slide and now they're taking advantage of the laws? You see, it's not that there shouldn't be penal justice. It's the degree in which we implement. That's the issue. A third issue in terms of justice is how well do you think we can define laws as human beings? Could we define laws so perfect, so that, or better, okay, so that eventually we will get closer to a utopian society? Or do you have a sort of more limited understanding of human laws? It's good, we should try to close the loopholes, but there will always be good lawyers and smart people to go around the loopholes. Okay? How you think about how well we can implement, whether it's utopian or whether we need another deliverer eventually to save us. That's the third question. The fourth one is what we call spiritual justice, because you can define laws in terms of equal access. You can define laws in terms of punishment that fits the crimes. But let's say, are there crimes against God? Then perhaps involve no people. You're not hurting anybody. You're not abusing anybody. You're not holding anyone down. Things like, I don't like you, I hate you, but I'm not doing anything against you. Or greed. Are those crimes against God? Is there a category of crimes against God? Well, in this series, we're going to deal with all four. And I'm looking forward to this. And how you look at these may or may not match with what I think. And that's what makes this series exciting. So stay with me as we move into the topic of justice to see how a follower of Jesus Christ maneuvers in this very delicate topic.